If you're one of the awakeners, you probably have had a feeling of missing a home that doesn't exist. You've probably thought, I wish I could go home, or had a longing for home, but not understood what that home was because it wasn't a physical place. It is more of a beingness, something you couldn't describe or put words to. You, like many awakeners, have likely gone through the hustle and grind and the major burnout. I personally, when I was in my very early 30s, worked, and knew that I couldn't work that way anymore, but it was just how I had been kind of taught and shown to do things, even though I knew it wasn't right for me. So I pushed myself and had raging anxiety. And I got a massive wake up call when I one day fainted and smacked my head against the wall and ended up laying in the ER in a neck brace. And luckily I was okay. I just had a light concussion, but could have been much worse. I was very close to hitting my head on the corner of the windowsill. And I just always think about how different things could have been, but how that was also such a huge wake up call for me. And if there's anything I know about all of these awakeners and wise and internally wild women, it's that we knew all along that we weren't supposed to live those lifestyles. You probably struggled and looked for success anywhere you could find it. You tried probably really hard to fit the molds of what other people thought were right for you. You probably tried to have the right job and the right career, go to the right school, have the right body, make the right money, marry the right person, or look for the right clothes and look for the right cars. You probably thought about the right makeup and the right look and feel. You probably thought about the right way to act and the right way to be, only to realize that none of that was right and none of it resonated for you. And you probably thought, if I'm doing everything so right and all these other people are saying all of this is so right, then why are none of us happy? You probably noticed for a long time that the systems and structures we existed in weren't really working, and you wondered, how can we make them work when we don't know how to see outside of the container that we've always been raised in? How do we find systems and structures that work when this is all we've been exposed to? We know it's not working and we know we're here to kind of try to find something else, but we don't even know how to think outside of the box to find that new thing. But then, as you went through your awakening, as you begin to tap in and tune in to your inner wisdom more and more, you started to have new ideas. You started to realize that you were the home that you were seeking. You started to realize that there were better ways of doing things, and you started to navigate yourself toward them naturally. Now, while it might have been difficult and challenging for a while because you had to stop doing things the way that you used to, which meant you had to maybe burn down some major pieces of your old life and probably your old identities and identity or sense of self as well, you also realized that where you were going, you couldn't push against it anymore. It was almost like you got so tired of trying to swim against the current of your natural life and of where your life was going that you finally let go and started to let yourself move downstream. You may not know exactly what's meant for you or what work you're meant to do. And if you do, that's awesome. Because when you find your calling and you find what you're here for, life seems to open up for you. But for many of you, you likely know that you just need to trust that things are going to be better if you flow the way that you need to flow. Your intuition probably got stronger, therefore you couldn't push it aside anymore. This inner knowing of where to go and what to do and what to say and to whom, even if it made no logical sense to your past self or the people that were in your life or are still in your life. You probably feel like you're a little bit crazy, but you're really not crazy. You're just listening to the part of you that knows that you're a little bit more real, that there's more to life than the way things were quote unquote supposed to be, than what everyone else said was right or said was the way to operate. You know very well that there are a lot of masks being worn everywhere, and that the best way to be is to take off the mask and let yourself exist in all of your messiness and wildness and naturalness, because you started to realize that that is the truth. That is the real you. That is the way. That is the truth, the light, and the way. And this is when you found your wisdom. It didn't have anything to do with trying to do things according to a cookie cutter plan or a specific system or structure or a specific path that someone else or something else laid out for you. It had to do with returning to your own inner wisdom, to your own inner knowing, to your own true north. And the more that you follow it, the more it seems to unfold for you. It starts to feel like the path is just laying itself beneath your feet. Like you're not having to think so hard or try so hard. And like you're just making that return home to the true self. You're remembering who you really came here to be. And the good news is there's more of us than ever. I mean, I've only been doing this for the last like almost 10 years. And to be totally honest, there are so many of us now. Even when I kind of came out of my spiritual closet, a long time ago, there were already so many. And there are a lot of people out here to support you. There are a lot of people going through it with you. There are a lot of people who are here to show you the way, and not just show you their way, but help you find your way. Because that's what way showers and truth tellers and really the wisdom keepers are supposed to be doing. We're not supposed to be telling everyone else how to do everything. We just get you started, and then you're meant to reconnect to your soul, to your inner wisdom, to your true north, and you're meant to let that lead you. We're here to help channel the blueprint. We're not here to tell you the exact way that you have to be. You are here living by your own design, and we're just here to help you uncover it and find it and have the courage to live with it. So while this process may seem kind of daunting, it's really exciting too. And trust me, we're all really glad that you're here with us.